Arsenal make final Viktor Gyokeres or Benjamin Sesko transfer decision as 5-year deal agreed. The fast sports news it is. Please subscribe, comment and share. Arsenal have reportedly reached an agreement with Viktor Gyokeres on a 5-year deal, with the club now in advanced talks with Sporting Lisbon over transfer fee. The Gunners have been keeping a watchful eye on Gyokeres all summer after his sensational record in Portugal. The Swede managed to score 97 goals in 102 appearances for Sporting since moving to the club from Coventry City. With Arsenal needing a centre-forward this summer, Gyokeres has been high on their wishlist along with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. Football.London understands Sporting director Andrea Berta has been negotiating for both strikers this summer. Now, it appears that Berta and the Gunners have reached a breakthrough. L'Équipe claims that Arsenal are close to reaching a verbal agreement with Gyokeres' camp over personal terms for a transfer this summer. Journalist Sasha Tavalieri goes a step further, though, and reports that a 5-year deal has been agreed between the player and Arsenal, with the Gunners now moving on to advanced talks with Sporting over transfer fee. This process could be altogether more stressful considering the Lisbon club's hard negotiating position. Gyokeres is understood to have believed he could leave for £60 million this summer. However, the Portuguese club's president Frederico Varandas refuted those claims in the media. Varandas has admitted that they will not hold out for Gyokeres' £85 million release clause, so their asking price is likely to be somewhere between £60 to £85 million. This is not believed to have gone down well with the Swedish strikers' camp, and there have been claims that Gyokeres will not return to Lisbon for pre-season due to this perceived backtrack from Varandas. Speaking ahead of Sporting's General Assembly, Varandas said, "Sporting does not need to sell Gyokeres. We have already passed the stage where we had to sell our best assets. We do not have to sell him. In the same way that we do not have to sell him, we are still sensitive to Viktor's dreams. Sporting has a commitment, made by the president, not to ask for the value of the termination clause and to be reasonable in relation to Viktor's performance last season. If you ask me today, there is a strong possibility that Viktor will leave. In the last few weeks, we have been keeping an eye on the market. I saw a player like Martin Zubimendi, who is 6 months younger than Viktor, go to Arsenal for €65 million. I saw 2 players being sold in the Premier League, Mateus Cunha and Brian Bumo, who do not have the quality of Viktor, in my opinion, were sold for around €70 million. We are talking about players who are 26 years old. So, given the demands we are making in relation to Viktor's value, I believe he could leave, unless he has the worst agent in the world. Which I find hard to believe. I won't say what the price we asked for. It was communicated to the agent. But I can guarantee that Viktor will not leave for €60 million plus €10 million. Viktor already knows, and I want Sporting fans to take advantage of this summer, in which they are 2-time champions, in which they have a double, to celebrate, to be calm, because there are only 2 scenarios. One club respects the price requested by Sporting and Viktor will fulfill his dreams, and from that moment we will be ready to attack the targets, or that club does not want Viktor, and Viktor, with a 3-year contract, stays at Sporting, and we will be very happy. I have been in football for 20 years and have already experienced countless transfer dramas. The transfer window is a cure for any ill. Disgruntled players are not a problem. Viktor staying will not be a problem for us, it will be a problem for our opponents. Tavalieri reports that Arsenal feel positive that they are closing in on Gyokeres. But the transfer is far from complete yet.